let's talk security now. We're joined on the program by the Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Mr. Kingsley Fanwo, who joins us virtually on the program. Good morning, Mr. Fanwo. You're welcome to the program. The last time we had you on the program, we were still trying to deal with the kidnap in the Cherubim and Seraphim Church in Yagba. You recall we asked you about the situation, whether they've been released, and you said, well, security operatives were working, and you talked about what the government was doing. But yet again, we've seen another attack on a church, this time an Ekwa church, where people were killed and kidnapped as well. So what exactly is going on, Mr. Fanwo? Speak to us about the one on the Cherubim and Seraphim Church, and the latest one on the Ekwa Church in Kaba, Bono local government area of your state.
Thank you very much. That of the Cherubim and Seraphim Church at Ejiba, we are closing in on ensuring the release of those that were kidnapped. As you are aware, some of them have been rescued, while we still have a very good number of those people with them. But the security agencies are closing in on them. We don't want to disclose all of the operations, but they are closing in, and very soon I think we'll have good news for Nigerians on that very particular one. The last one that happened there on Sunday was at Aitorokiri in Kababono local government area of the state. The church was attacked, but I think what has not been reported enough is the fact that our local hunters that were employed by the state government to provide first line of defense put up a very strong resistance. That it was a very serious fire battle between the hunters and the bandits. They kidnapped. The number we have is 13. I was a bit worried yesterday when a lot of television stations were reporting 20. We don't even want to argue on number, because one person is very important to us as a state. And the governor immediately mobilized the 12th Brigade Command that have been so helpful to the security operations in the state, the DSS, the police, and all the security agencies to the place immediately. And also the local hunters were able to neutralize during the fire exchange, and neutralized 4 of the bandits were gunned down. And then a lot of them escaped with a lot of gun wounds. They are being traced in the forest right now by the military, the police, the DSS, the NSCDC, and our local hunters. That is the situation right now, but we are very hopeful that with the way they are going about it, with the briefing we got in the night, we should be able to rescue them in due course.
So just to be clear, the attack that happened 3 weeks ago and the one that happened just a few days ago, both of them have not been fully completed, in the sense that people are still with the bandits or the terrorists that attacked these churches.
Yes, I can confirm that. We still have our people with them, and that is why the government is working around the clock to ensure their release.
Why the attacks? Why the attacks on churches, Mr. Fanwo, one? And why is it taking this long? As I said, the first set of people were kidnapped 3 weeks ago. You know what it feels like to spend one day out of your comfort, not to talk of one day in a forest, an unknown place, with bandits, terrorists surrounding you. I mean, the situation is the most unimaginable, really, at this point. So, why churches?
Okay, let me clarify this way. One, as a government, this administration has been able to put up a very robust security architecture that has limited the operation of these bandits. Remember that Kogi is bordered by 10 other states, including the FCT. And you will recall that the bombardment in Niger and Kwara State is pushing them towards Kogi State as we speak. And because we are cutting their operations, we are cutting off their logistics, we are cutting off their movement around the state, it has been very difficult for them. So what they do now is to target soft targets. Churches are considered to be soft targets, people who just go to the church to worship. It is not because they wanted to attack a church. It is because they believe that that is a soft target. That is where they can go, hit them and then be able to take one or two people and run into the bush. That is probably the reason. And the other aspect of coincidence that I was talking about, Ejiba is in Yagba West local government area, which share borders with Kwara State, where a major operation is ongoing. So ordinarily and naturally, when they are feeling the heat in one state, they try to move to the other state. And we have been able to seal off the border town of Egbe. So they come through the forest to places like that, and they look for churches that are in the bushes. They don't go to the ones in the main town. They look for the ones in the bushes that they can quickly hit. And before our hunters and all of these people will be able to get there, except when we have the intel, then it becomes difficult. And again, in Ayotorokiri is very close to Abugi. Abugi is sharing border with Niger State. You cross the river Niger and get to Abugi. From there to Imomi, Ikebonu, Ayetoro, Akutu, Pasuku, like that. So that is sharing border with Niger State. So those people at times, they just come through the water strike and run back. And that is why, despite the fact that we have been able to mobilize the security agencies there, the governor is also working tirelessly with the service chiefs. The army is helping us tremendously. The DSS is doing a great job. And then the hunters, the police, they are doing a beautiful job in the state. But, as we are having this grand duel, we also need an area battle. That is where we need the Air Force. And that is why the governor has been on their neck, that we need the Air Force for the bombardment of those forests. Because we have restricted them in a very big deal. And when
your assurances leave a lot of doubt. If indeed Kogi State has put in place a robust security architecture, why were the bandits able to move with such ease that they struck again and abducted 20 worshippers in another church and, of course, according to reports, killed 4 persons? If indeed the Kogi State has a robust security architecture, why hasn't it been able to rein in on those who abducted worshippers in the Ejiba church that you talked about and brought back those who have been abducted to be reunited with their loved ones? It's been weeks, 2 weeks, I believe, since the last kidnap. So your assurances about a robust security architecture still leaves much in doubt. Relatedly, can you guarantee that those communities in Yagba East and Yagba West local government area of Kogi State have, perhaps a garrison or a security formation on ground currently to assure them of their safety? Can you put their minds to rest, those communities?
Thank you very much. I'm not going to just go to the guarantees that you talked about, but we need to correct some of these wrong reports. And I would not want to believe that, I know Bukola very well, and I know that you are an investigative journalist. I know that you find out facts before you go on air. 20 people were not kidnapped on Sunday. We should deal with the correct figures because we are dealing with the public. 13 people were kidnapped. The 4 people you are talking about were not people from that community. The people that were neutralized by the local hunters are those bandits. So I think that you should put it in the very correct perspective. And when talking about the robust security architecture, I said it the other time, before you have 2 incidents or 1 incident like this, we have diverted more than 30 because we are working on intel and it is helping us. We have been able to intercept a lot of their logistics, like people who want to carry food, fuel to them. people who are giving them information. We have been able to cut off a lot of this.
Oh dear, we seem to be having
don't want to lose, please let me land on my thought. We don't want to lose anyone, whether we are talking about 1 or 13 or 10. We don't want to lose anyone. But what I'm trying to say is that if not for the robust security architecture, Kogi would have been in a mess by now. But it is still very much under control. For instance, they went to Ayetorokiri, they have lost 4 people, more than 10 others are having very serious gun wounds. They are being trailed in the forest as we speak by combined forces of the army, the police, the DSS, all of them. So it shows that they know that Kogi is not a place where they have a free reign.
Right.
And then we have been able to avert a lot of these incidents in a lot of other local government areas. I would not want to mention those places for security reasons.
Well,
but
Mr. Fanwo,
for everyone that happened, we had averted 30.
All right.
You know, the way these people operate,
it's okay to put all of that in context. We appreciate that context, Mr. Fanwo, the context that you've put out. But for those who have their families in the den of the terrorists, as much as they want to hear the context, more importantly, they want to have their family members back, and they want to be sure that they can sleep with their eyes closed. So from time to time, we'll be checking in with you, and we really hope that these kidnapped victims will be rescued as soon as possible and the terrorists neutralized in their entirety. Mr. Kingsley Fanwo, Commissioner for Information and Communication, Kogi State, thank you. It's great to always have you speak to us on these issues.
Thank you very much, Kalde. And in the next 24 hours, a revelation that will shake this country will come. We are closing in, and we are very sure that in the next 24 hours, we are going to address the nation, and they would see the great effort of His Excellency in ensuring security in Kogi State. Okay. Thank you very much.
Mr. Fanwo, your time starts now. Thank you very much. We'll get back to you in that 24 hours, and we hope that this is indeed transformative for security in Nigeria.